Coming up, how do I keep my development team interested? I'm Jay Adelson, and I'm the founder and chairman of Revision 3. I've started and built a number of companies. My goal in this show is to pass on some of the knowledge from my experiences to you, the budding entrepreneurs, and hopefully leave you with some words of wisdom. This episode of AskJay is brought to you by Audible. Today's question comes from Dapo, who writes, I attended a weekend hackathon and with a team put together an idea of mine. I went back to school and we kept in touch online, but when I got out, everyone on the team bailed on me. How can I attract a dev to work with me on a project? Well, Dapo, or Dapa, forgive me if I mispronounce your name, I think it's a totally valid question. You're talking about retaining developers. In your example, you had a hackathon, they were excited about the idea, and then you left for a while, so when you came back, obviously they didn't have as much interest because time had passed. What you're really dealing with here is a common startup problem around momentum. You know, this startup concept, this sort of rapid buildup, or if you think of it the other way, maybe the snowball rolling down the hill, getting bigger and bigger. Everyone has to have this sense of momentum. And if you lose that for too long, you can definitely lose your people. Developers are incredibly creative people, they're brilliant people, and you know what? They have ideas every single day, and they're exposed to a whole market of incredible ideas. And so you gotta keep them focused and never lose that momentum. So what happened in your case is you created that gap in time. There's really no way to repair that. I mean, you could bribe them back, you can get investment and say, hey, now I can pay you. You know, things like that often work. But at this point, yeah, you might be better served finding new people to work with you. Now, you also asked that question, how do I find developers? It really depends. If your idea is awesome, you can often go to different locations like other hackathons or university meetups or other things and talk about your idea and attract people that way. I find that word of mouth is a great way to get developers. Or one way to do it is to use services like Odesk or Elance, hook up with these guys, and then over time, if they turn out to be great coders, hire them into your company and bring them on board. All of these are perfectly good ways to bring these guys into your organization and get them excited about your idea. But in a minute, I'll give you some other tips on how to retain developers once you got them. But first, I want to thank our sponsor. Audible.com is the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. With over 75,000 titles, you can find books in every genre, from science fiction, thriller and drama, to comedy, business, and history. All books can be downloaded to your iPod MP3 player and played back anywhere, anytime. So go to audiblepodcast.com/AskJay to get a free audiobook download of your choice when you sign up today. I know that, for example, I downloaded Good to Great, Why Some Companies Make the Leap and Others Don't by Jim Collins. But you can get any book you like. Just go to audiblepodcast.com/AskJay for your free book. For example, I just downloaded Delivering Happiness, A Path to Profits, Passion and Purpose by Tony Hsieh. But you can get anything you like. Just go to audiblepodcast.com/AskJay for your free audiobook. Okay, today's homework assignment. So you've got a couple developers working for you, they're coding away, you're in that garage, you have this amazing idea, you got nothing but momentum, you're keeping that rolling. Well, how do you keep them? Well, obviously, number one thing is you have to make sure that they have equity in the idea. So if you're successful, they're going to be successful. Because remember, if they have ownership of this company and ultimately it gets bought or exits or whatever, they're going to get a tremendous return. And developers need to feel like they've got a piece of that success. They're going to be doing, frankly, a lot of the work up front. So definitely a good compensation package is the answer. Another thing that's really important is the environment. I find that a lot of developers actually make a decision on where they like to work based on the lifestyle. And there's different developers. I've known developers who like to be in an office in a quiet place. Others who really like open environments and collaboration. Find out what type of developers you have and create an environment that works for them. Another example would be work from home policy. I mean, while I personally love it when they're in the office with me because I can collaborate with them and we have a great working relationship, sometimes it makes sense for you to offer a day a week or something where they can work at home, or different hours, flexible hours. These are all tricks. At SimpleGeo, we definitely have a more flexible policy, and they come in later in the day, stay a little bit later at night, and we have some employees who work from home a day a week, and that's worked out extremely well for us. That's it for today's show. Thank you again. Please send your questions to AskJay@revision3.com. You can use Twitter @Jay Adelson or YouTube on the Ask Jay Adelson channel. Please post your video responses there. We'd love to see them, or your video questions, as the case may be. In any case, until next time, thanks for joining us.